What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Forward Adventures. It's Hung once again, and I know it's been a long time since my last video, but life's been busy. I found a part-time job, and between the part-time job and training, even though I don't have any races going on, but just keeping my fitness up to par with running and cycling and all the other stuff, all my Jeep stuff has been put on hold for now. But today I managed to actually carve out some time. So what I want to do today is just quickly come up with a bracket to hold that little red fuse down here, right here. I'll just zoom in this shortly. But yeah, I'm gonna create a bracket for that, and hopefully that solves my noise issue that has been plaguing me all summer. What happens is when I drive, this fuse right here, this fuse holder just vibrates against this heater hose, I believe it is, and it just causes a lot of noise, which I find very annoying. So right now it's just hanging here, it's just in midair, nothing secured to it. So hopefully got this bracket that actually sits off here, and then this will just go on top of it, and I'll just secure with zip ties. So it'll be a quick and easy fix, and hopefully not take too long. But you're probably wondering what's with all these red cables here. Over the summer I replaced all my original Jeep cables with jeepcables.com. They have a kit that I purchased, and then I replaced all the existing cables that they weren't bad, but because I was going to replace the terminals on the batteries because they were rusting and all that, so you know what, since I had to cut them off and that, I just decided just do an overhaul of all the cables, and that's what you see right here. These cables are a lot thicker. They're, I believe, 2 gauge cables versus I think the original stock Jeep cables were, I think, 8 or so. Can't remember, but I'll link it in the description. Is it necessary? No, but the Jeep does start up quicker. There's no idle, that short idle when you turn on the ignition. The Jeep just comes on very quick. So yeah, so I replaced that, and now I need a little bracket just to hold this fuse box. In the video that is actually on their website, it's actually zip tied to the side of the battery tray of the original Jeep, which I don't have anymore because, as you can see, I have a dual battery system in here, and there's nowhere I can actually zip tie it to secure it. So I'm just gonna come up with a quick and easy fix. Hopefully it won't take too long, and go from there. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna draw it out, draw something out, and then attach it to those 2 screws back here, right here. Let's see, yeah, to those 2 screws, and then zip tie it to the piece of aluminum that I found. It might be too thin, but we'll see. And if not, I'll find something a little bit thicker. This is gonna have to work for now. So yeah, without ado, let's get going. All right. Here we go. This is the little template that I came up with, and this is just gonna sit on top right here like that, just like that, and then this will just, let's see if I can get this to sit on top. So let's go like this. Hopefully, all right, just like that, and then this will just sit on top here, and then I'll just zip tie it to the bottom holes. There's like 4 holes right there. Just zip tie it. I don't want to be bothering with screws. And just in case I need to take it out, zip ties will be just pretty quick, just cut them and we'll just pop off. So what I'm going to do is take this, transfer it over to the piece of aluminum like this right here, just quickly draw it out and then cut it out. As you can see, I do have a few drawer space that I made, or my dad and I made over the weekend. And you can see here's another one for the rear storage units. So this will be another video and hopefully soon, but right now I just have to sand it down and then bedline it. All right, enough for this project. Let's get back with this one. So I'm going to transfer it over and then cut it out, and hopefully we are done with this issue. All right, check back with you soon. We have the bracket complete. Went with the thicker piece of aluminum, which is I think 1/8 in thickness, a little bit thicker than the other piece that I found in the garage, but it turned out all right. It's not perfect or anything, you know. The aluminum is pretty much scratched up and all that. This piece my dad found at his workshop, so he managed to get this for me. So yeah, it's gonna work out for now. So yeah, this is how it's gonna look. Then I have these holes, these 4 holes here will attach the fuse to with some zip ties and all that, and these 2 bigger holes will just screw into or attach into the battery tray with the existing screws. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Tomorrow probably gonna get some etching primer to prime this so I can bedline this black, and then we are good to go. Then I can just install it and we are done. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. As you can see, nothing too fancy, so it should work out. All right, stay tuned. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I get the paint. All right, take care. Welcome back, folks. The bracket is finally primed and ready to be bedlined. As you can see right here, it is all dry to the touch. Pretty nice. Did a quick sand to get the imperfections out, and then just cleaned it with alcohol, and then sprayed it with this etch primer that I purchased from a Canadian Tire right here. A pretty big can, One Step automotive etch primer for about 25 bucks. Pretty expensive, I think. And then I'll be using this Easy liner, also from Canadian Tire, which is some leftover I had from before. So I'll probably do maybe two coats of this on the bracket and let it dry out, and then install it this evening. Well, hopefully this evening, depending on how long dinner takes. If not, probably sometime tomorrow, and we can wrap this all up, and that rattling noise can be gone for good. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly bedline this and let it dry. All right, guys, we are back. The bracket is painted, bedlined black, and we can now install it. It is dried. Got this done last night pretty quick. It didn't come out too good. It's not as perfect as I wanted to, but hey, it's in the engine. You won't be able to see it anyways. So it's done. So right now, I'm gonna just unscrew the bolts right there. Screw those, and then just zip tie that to the bracket stuff, and we can call it a day. Today is Thanksgiving. It's a fabulous day, so I hope you guys are getting out, enjoying this last stretch of warm summer-like weather, and make good use of it. All right, let's get going. All right, got my zip ties. Let's see. All right, just loosely putting them in. Just like that, we are complete. So that's how it looks. It's pretty secure. Installation is complete, as you've seen. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Only hard part was just finding the right materials. But other than that, it was pretty much bolted on. Unscrewed the battery tray screws, and then just slid the bracket in, and then tighten it, zip tied the fuse, and that was it. And yeah, nothing is rattled. At least I know that the fuse box is not hanging in midair now, and we are good to go. But other than that, yeah, that's it. Pretty simple, pretty happy with it. And that is it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit a like, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.